Take a look at this. If first impressions are everything, the Geely Coolray isn't just introducing itself, it's making a statement. What we're seeing here is the Energy Storm design language. It's a mix of sharp, angular lines in a color palette that, honestly, is hard to pin down. Is it silver? Is it lilac? Geely calls this a chameleon paint finish, shifting depending on how the light hits these deep creases. Look at the stance. It's got that classic, crouched look, like a sprinter in the blocks. You've got these aggressive LED headlamps that sweep back into the fenders, giving the front end a wide, purposeful look. And notice the red accents. They aren't just random, they highlight the S trim, which is Geely's way of saying, yeah, this one has a bit more spirit. From this angle, you can really see how the blacked-out pillars create that floating roof effect, making the car look lower and longer than it actually is. It's a subcompact SUV, but it's dressed in a suit designed for a much more expensive segment. It's bold, it's youthful, and it's clearly designed for someone who wants to stand out in a sea of beige crossovers. The face direct front view. Focus. Aggression and aerodynamics. 0-100 now, let's look this car right in the eyes. This is the vision of the Coolray. The first thing that hits you is that massive, X-shaped grille. It's not just a mesh, it's a complex, interlocking pattern that draws your eye toward the center Geely badge. His is part of the borderless design philosophy. Notice how the grille doesn't really have a hard frame, it just kind of bleeds into the bumper and the air intakes. Speaking of intakes, look at those deep eye sockets on the sides. They aren't just for show, they help channel air around the front wheels to reduce turbulence. And that red striping, it acts like war paint. It underlines the grille and defines the lower lip spoiler. It tells you that aerodynamics were a priority, not an afterthought. The hood also has these subtle, power bulges, that lead your eye right down to the LED daytime running lights. It's a symmetrical, aggressive face that looks much faster than your average commuter car. It's meant to look intimidating in a rearview mirror. The departure direct rear view. Focus, performance cues and lighting. They say the rear view is the one most people will see, so Geely made sure it was memorable. Let's start at the top, that roof spoiler. It's not just a flat piece of plastic, it's a dual-level, aeronautic-inspired wing with an integrated brake light. It's loud, it's proud, and it screams tuner culture, straight from the factory. Moving down, we have the leaping LED tail light bar. It spans the entire width of the tailgate, which is a huge trend right now, but Geely adds these rhythmic pulse elements inside the glass. 105, but the real stars of the show are at the bottom. Look at those quad exhaust tips. 4 of them, on a 1.5-liter engine. It's a bit of visual theater, sure, but it looks fantastic housed inside that carbon fiber style diffuser. The red vertical reflectors in the diffuser mimic the fog lights on a Formula One car. It's all about the details here. It finishes the car with a wide, planted look that feels stable and sporty. It's a very brawny end to a sleek car. The profile detail, focus, sculptural lines and the S trim. This angle is where you really appreciate the sculpture of the Coolray. Look at the way the light catches the rear haunch, that muscle above the back wheel. It gives the car a sense of movement even when it's parked. From here, you can also see the S branding on the rear wing, finished in red. It's a small detail, but it rewards you for looking closer. Notice the C-pillar. It has this finned texture that bridges the gap between the side windows and the rear glass. It breaks up the black trim and adds a bit of technical complexity. You can also see how the tail lights wrap around the corner of the body. This isn't just for looks, it improves side visibility at night, making the car safer while keeping it stylish. Everything from this angle feels tight and tucked in. There's no fat on this design. The black cladding at the bottom keeps it looking like an SUV, but the body lines keep it looking like a hot hatch. It's a great balance of two different worlds. Opening parenthesis. The silhouette side profile. Focus, proportions and wheels. Let's look at the car in profile. This is where you see the waistline. Notice that sharp crease that starts at the front door and rises all the way to the tail lights. It gives the car a permanent, nose down, attitude, which makes it look like it's mid-acceleration. The two-tone paint job is key here. By blacking out the roof, the mirrors, and the pillars, the car's center of gravity looks lower than it actually is. Then we get to the wheels. These are 18-inch, Tomahawk style alloys. They have a dual-tone, machine finish that looks like spinning blades. And behind them, bright red brake calipers. It's a classic sports car cue that pops beautifully against the silver lilac paint. The ground clearance is respectable for an SUV, but the side skirts are shaped to make it look like it's hugging the road. It's a masterclass in using visual tricks to make a practical family vehicle look like a performance machine. The cockpit interior view. Focus, technology and ergonomics. Finally, let's step inside. This is where the cool in coolray really lives. The first thing you notice is the massive, dual-screen layout. You've got a digital instrument cluster for the driver and a high-def infotainment screen seamlessly joined together. It feels very cockpit-like, especially with the way the dash wraps around you. Look at the materials. You've got red stitching across the dash and doors, mirroring those exterior accents. The gear shifter looks like something out of a private jet. It's a short-throw electronic shifter that fits perfectly in the palm of your hand. Surrounding it, you've got a brushed metal look on the center console that feels premium and modern. Notice the piano key buttons under the vents. They give you tactile control for the climate system so you don't have to menu dive while driving. It's a tech-heavy space, but it's balanced with sport seats and a chunky, flat-bottom steering wheel. It's a place where you actually want to spend time. Opening parenthesis.